face, he's simply awesome. Mike Awesome, a 295-pound plus monster. Comes his opponent, Masato Tanaka. And these two have had quite a war. And war is a great word for it. The war between Mike Awesome and his opponent here tonight at Heatwave 98, Masato Tanaka, actually began years ago in 1994. Perfectly honest, up until recently, Mike Awesome has owned this young man, Masato Tanaka. The first ever matchup they had in singles competition occurred in Bergen Hall on August 25, 1995. Mike Awesome destroyed a man with many years' experience, Tanaka.
Weighing tonight at 295 pounds, Mike Awesome! And his opponent from Yokohama, Japan, weighing in tonight at 236 pounds, Masato Tanaka!
As I was saying earlier, Awesome went on to dominate Tanaka again to unify and win both the Independent World title and the FMW Brax Nuss title. But Tanaka did gain a measure of revenge at the Kawasaki Stadium show on September 28th of last year when he beat Mike Awesome, and then he has done it again here in ECW very recently. Great agility by the big man. This could be over fast. No, 2 count.
You can tell he's powerful by looking at him, but man, Mike Awesome just impressed me with that little move.
Into the midsection and a side headlock. Shoulder block. Tanaka staying one step ahead of Mike Awesome. Trying to leapfrog. Overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Awesome is just so powerful. Awesome lands on his feet. Slingshot shoulder block. Tanaka ran right into it. Splash by Awesome. 2 count only.
One thing about Tanaka that we have seen here in his short stay in ECW has been that he can absorb an incredible amount of punishment and come back.
Clothesline sends Tanaka backwards over the ropes, crashing into the timekeeper's table. Unbelievable! Mike Awesome, 295 pounds with a tope, a suicide dive.
Tanaka tried to get out of the way, just wasn't fast enough.
This humongous man is truly awesome. Awesome now climbing the turnbuckles all the way up top. Clothesline almost decapitates Tanaka. 2 count only.
Right there,
Awesome has so many attributes. He's huge, he's strong, he's agile, he's quick. Oh, Tanaka's greatest attribute is his heart. Release German suplex. Tanaka's up. slam, snapped the big man over.
Did you see what I was talking about? After that huge belly-to-back suplex, Tanaka gets right back up. He refuses to be hurt.
Springboard clothesline. Tanaka now with a steel chair. Chair to the midsection. Elbow to the back of the head. What in the hell is it? Wow!
Mike Awesome went down like a giant redwood tree.
Awesome may be out. That ramp is 75 feet long, and Tanaka used every inch of it. Tanaka now perched up top. Missile drop kick right to the huge pectoral muscles of Awesome. 2.5. Awesome is still with us.
To cover a guy like Mike Awesome without hooking a leg, it sounds so simple but so often overlooked. You'll never pin a guy that strong, especially if you're Tanaka's size.
Tanaka just dumped over the top rope. May have been desperation on the part of Mike Awesome.
Tanaka was lucky he could grab hold of that rope. Otherwise, he'd have smacked himself off that floor, and that doesn't feel good. Notice, there's no mats out there.
Tanaka in the chair again. Across the kidneys of Mike Awesome with that chair. Awesome hits the steel. Tanaka backdropped up and over the steel guardrail into the first row.
Is Tanaka just going to get back in, or I'm sorry, is Big Mike Awesome going to get back in the ring and just take a count out? I don't think so. He doesn't go that way. He likes to smash his opponents into punishment.
Phenomenal balance, springboard into a clothesline. He truly is awesome. There's a lot of athletes about 6'7", 6'8", 300 pounds in this sport who never even leave their feet when they're wrestling. I'm not going to name names, but Mike Awesome sails through the air like a light heavyweight.
It's a new breed of wrestler.
What's up, Mom? Say hi to his mother, Mrs. Awesome. Awesome bomb. No! Tanaka kicks out.
Awesome was negligent there. He had him in a pinning combination. Had he hooked the thighs and rolled his massive body forward, there's no way Tanaka could have kicked out.
That'll take the wind out of you. But did it take the wind out of Tanaka? The big man again going up top. He looks so natural up there. Awesome splash. 2.5. Tanaka showing that fighting heart that has endeared him to the fans here in ECW in his very short tenure here. The big man's got a chair. Tanaka's getting up. Austin was gonna cave in the skull of Masato Tanaka. Boot to the midsection. Awesome slides, ducks the clothesline. Look at the chair. Forget about it, it's over. No!
What heart! What heart by Tanaka! He will not stay down! He refuses to stay down! What can you do to hurt this man?
Mike Awesome damn near destroyed that steel chair on the skull of Masato Tanaka. Tanaka refuses to lose. There's a running release Awesome Bomb. Mike Awesome telling everyone here in the Hara Arena that he's going to Awesome Bomb Tanaka through the table on the outside again, the same way he did it in Queens, New York City.
He's making a mistake. Tanaka is down in the ring. Why not try to pin him?
We are on a live pay-per-view. Mike Awesome with a rare appearance here in the States wants to make a statement. The world is watching ECW. Oh my God.
Pin him! Pin him! This is the first time we've seen Tanaka hurt! Pin him, Awesome!
He's not going to pin him. He's going to Awesome Bomb him through the table all the way to the concrete. He may kill him. No! Tanaka wriggles free. Boot to the face. Huge clothesline. Tanaka wriggles free again, saving his own life. Pair of elbows right to the jaw.
By Tanaka! I can't believe it! At this stage of the match, both men are tired. He just picked up a 300-pound man and threw him over the tape, over the top rope, through a table to the concrete floor.
I think the fans have said it all. I think Mike Awesome he landed right on the back of his skull.
He's out.
I mean, that table was no match for gravity. Awesome smacked the concrete with the back of his forget about a lateral press. Mike Awesome kicks out. Mike Awesome kicks out. How in the world did Mike Awesome kick out?
That was sheer instinct. I don't even know if he knows he kicked out.
He has no idea where he is. There's an elbow right to the point of the jaw. Awesome is still up. Got the boot up. There's the roaring elbow. It found the mark. No! Mike Awesome kicked out of the roaring elbow.
Live on pay-per-view, these men know what a victory here means. They're running on sheer fumes at this point. This is anybody's game.
Masato Tanaka, in his mid-20s, 6 years of pro. He is currently the FMW Independent World Heavyweight Champion, having defeated Mr. Ganasuke last month in Tokyo. It's his second reign as FMW's World Heavyweight Champion. He's also a former ECW World Tag Team Champion with Balls Mahoney.
and a pupil of the great Atsushi Onita.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
Tanaka actually has a victory over Onita.
And those are hard to come by.
And I'd like to thank Michael K. Johnson of ECWWrestling.com for all the great research.
I actually knew all that. I could have told you.
The undisputed ECW World Heavyweight Champion, the Human Suplex Machine Taz.
I'm, of course, a master of the English language, but all I can tell you about Taz is that is one tough SOB.
Tanaka has more to gain in this matchup than does Taz. The independent World Heavyweight title, FMW's version of the World Heavyweight title, is not on the line, but the ECW World Heavyweight title is. Should Tanaka defeat Taz here tonight at Anarchy Rules, he would be ECW's World Heavyweight Champion and FMW's World Heavyweight Champion. Can you imagine the battles between the offices of ECW and FMW trying to book a man who holds 2 World Heavyweight titles?
You'd have a hell of a hard time calling play-by-play in Japan, wouldn't you? Unilingual as you are. This is Shades of Japan right here with the streamers.
Little Japanese flavor. Masato Tanaka has a fan following here in ECW, and Taz does not look fazed one bit by the streamers.
When you walk around and your mantra in life is beat me if you can't survive if I let you, you don't let
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the challenger, weighing in at 248 pounds from Wakayama, Japan, Masato Tanaka.
What an ovation for Tanaka.
And in the corner to my right, from the Red Hook section of Brooklyn, New York, weighing in at 248 pounds, he is the Human Suplex Machine and the current ECW World Heavyweight Champion. This is Taz!
Well, as internet wrestling fans can tell you, Taz has been the subject of much controversy over the last couple of weeks. Taz, of course, will be looking to lock on Makata Hajime, the Taz mission. Masato Tanaka would like to finish off Taz either with a Tornado DDT or the Roaring Elbow.
Much like a discus punch, is it not? Shades of Kerry Von Erich. Of course.
Hey! Let him go! Come on, you big son of a bitch! You want some? Come on!
Who's he talking to? What's going on?
Well, probably some
Hey,
idiot
listen!
fan.
Hey!
Oh dear.
That's Mike Awesome!
Hey man, your beef is with him! Now your beef's with me! Now your beef's with me, you big dumb bastard! Come get some!
We've been using footage of
Come get some! Let him go! Let him go!
There's the boss.
Paul E. Heyman. Paul Heyman is late.
Oh, wait a minute, whoa! The Savior's here! Paul Heyman, the Savior! Yeah, brother, you can look at me. You promoted me. You pushed me. You told me I'm the baddest son of a bitch going. I'll tell you what. You let that big goof go, and I'll choke him out because I'm Taz, the Human Suplex Machine. Beat me if you can. Survive if I let you.
We've using footage
Come
of
on,
Tanaka.
Austin. You want some? Brother, I'm taking you out soon. You just sit there on your dumb ass and shut up. Come on, big man. Come on.
We've been using footage of
Come
Tanaka
on.
beating Mike Awesome to build up Tanaka.
What do you mean what I'm doing?
And Jeff
What I'm
Jones
doing?
obviously stooged it off to Mike
Getting
Awesome in
you
Japan.
a rating. I'm getting you a buy rate. Let him go.
And there is legitimate heat between Taz and Paulie these days, I can tell you that much.
I promoted you as the baddest on the planet because I know that you can beat any man on the face of the planet. You want to fight two men?
Yeah, I want to fight two men.
Here again, I question the logic, Joey Styles.
We have a tradition in ECW. And if you want to put that belt on the line in Chicago tonight, I say we make this a three-way dance. Let him go. Let him go.
We've got a three-way dance for the World Heavyweight title. Taz defending against Masato Tanaka and Awesome.
And Tanaka and Awesome do not like each other, Joey Styles.
Mike Awesome coming off of a double knee surgery, had to take some time off, then went back to Japan. And Jeff Jones must have the Taz.
Of course, Taz, an intelligent world champion, is going to sit back and let these two kick the hell out of each other.
I think they've smartened up. Awesome misses. Tanaka misses. What a Tazplex! You think he can get the big man over? You're damn right he can. German Tazplex. No bridge, all impact. Awesome and Tanaka now working over the World Heavyweight Champion. Taz set for the ride. Awesome splash in the corner. And here comes Tanaka. Awesome looks great. He slimmed down to about 300 pounds, it looks like. He's lost some 20. There's the Angry Man's clothesline.
Wow.
And an overhead head and arm Tazplex. Clothesline from behind.
Can you imagine now if you're Masato Tanaka and you train for Taz, now you've got a wrench thrown into the works here in Mike Awesome. Threw him like a football.
My God, the power of Mike Awesome. And now the big man's ascending the turnbuckles when he gets caught. Front head and arm Tazplex from the turnbuckles. But here comes Tanaka. Roaring elbow on Taz. Taz is down. The big man's up top. Front splash.
Wow! Taz has been eliminated!
Taz has been eliminated.
Those are three words I never thought I'd hear on an ECW pay-per-view, Joey Styles.
Taz has been eliminated, which means that Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka will now battle for the ECW World Heavyweight title. Class act, loses gracefully and wants to see the fight continue.
Got hit with both guys' finishing maneuvers and then pinned by both men.
There's a boot to the face by Awesome. Tanaka up and over to the outside.
Wow!
Awesome torpedo as Cyrus almost falls out of his chair. 6'8", 300 300 pounds. Most 6'8", 300-pounders in this sport hardly ever leave their feet in their wrestling matches. That man just executed a tope.
I have never seen anything like that in professional wrestling. By a man that size. Huge man.
Now, while Tanaka has never defeated Taz, he has defeated Mike Awesome at least twice here in ECW. Tanaka has the advantage in this matchup. Tanaka's odds have just increased on being both the FMW World Heavyweight Champion and the undisputed ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Tanaka could make history here tonight.
Unbelievable. Tanaka can come out of this pay-per-view holding 2 world title belts.
Clothesline from the top cover. And what a coup by Judge Jeff Jones, stooging off to Mike Awesome, who is wrestling in Japan, that we've been using footage of Tanaka beating him to build Tanaka up for this World Heavyweight title matchup.
I mean, I'm guessing Jones transed him in himself.
Well, Jones has been very verbal and upset on ECWWrestling.com that he has not been on TV much recently. He's getting himself on TV now, isn't he? Sit out, Awesome Bomb, 2. It doesn't get any closer than that.
It certainly does not. Almost broke the ring with the force of that power bomb. If you're Mike Awesome now, you've hit the man with 3 gigantic moves and he has kicked out Masato Tanaka, unbelievably resilient.
What an opportunity for Mike Awesome, not booked to appear here. Gets flown in, as you said, by Judge Jeff Jones. Gets goaded into a fight. Paulie declares it illegal. Sanctioned 3-way dance. They eliminate Taz. And Mike Awesome now finds himself with the World Heavyweight title matchup. I can't believe that Taz is no longer the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. I thought he'd hold that belt for years.
The entire landscape of ECW is changing before our eyes.
He was trying to put Tanaka through that table like Tanaka did to him at Heatwave 1998 last summer. Flying clothesline, Tanaka and Mike Awesome go to the outside.
Awesome, of course, has been a mainstay with FMW in Japan for quite some time. One of the most successful foreigners over there, Joey.
He's wrestled as the Gladiator for FMW. Chair to the midsection. Tanaka wants the runway cleared. He's picking up steam.
Wind sprint chair shot.
And I believe we are minutes away from seeing Masato Tanaka make history and be a World Heavyweight Champion on 2 continents simultaneously. Tornado DDT off the chair on the ribway.
Of course, that Dangan written on the back is Japanese for bullet, and I think he just put a bullet in Big Mike Awesome.
He may have, but was it the fatal bullet? Masato Tanaka, FMW and ECW World Heavyweight Champion. The press would have a field day with that in Japan.
They have a hard time conducting interviews.
Missile drop kick to the back of the neck of Awesome.
Wrestling is a game of momentum. You can definitely see the momentum at this point with Masato Tanaka.
Tanaka in control of this matchup. Setting up Mike Awesome for the Tornado DDT on the chair. He hits it. It's over. And it's over.
And he
it's
hit it.
over. We've got a new world champion. We've got a new world champion. No. Awesome gets the shoulder up. Chair down across the face of Awesome. Jeff Jones pleading with Tanaka. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God.
That's it, Japanese World Champion Joey Styles.
No.
How does he kick out of that?
Mike Awesome has never had a World Heavyweight title shot in the States. He's fighting with everything he's got.
But Tanaka is having his way with him.
Awesome gets bumped, but kicks out again. And Tanaka's gonna try to muscle up Mike Awesome. Put him through that table. Awesome, too heavy, over the top. Oh my God! Tanaka may be unconscious. Referee's checking on Tanaka. Awesome doesn't want to hear about it. Awesome wants to capitalize. Awesome wants to put away Tanaka. And the fans now chanting awesome, awesome, awesome. The fans that were solidly behind Tanaka when this matchup started, now chanting for Mike Awesome.
Snapped his head off the mat.
The entire locker room, including the boss, Paul Heyman, look on.
And Heyman looks shocked.
Look at the balance by the 300-pounder. Frog splash, hooks the leg. It doesn't get any closer than that. Tanaka kicks out of a 300-pound frog splash.
What is it going to take to put one of these two men down for the 3 count?
Judge Jeff Jones with a steel chair assist to Mike Awesome.
He's still up.
The chair is dented. He's getting up, and Awesome can't believe it. Awesome is shot. Tanaka's up. Tanaka's up. Both feet in the chair in the face.
Diamond dust. Somersault stunner.
But Tanaka can't follow up after taking those brutal chair shots to the head. Cover! Every fan here at the sold-out Odeum is on their feet. They know who new World Heavyweight Champion is going to be crowned. Will it be Awesome? Will it be Tanaka? Tanaka setting up for the roaring elbow. Here it comes. Awesome ducks.
Oh,
German suplex, but Tanaka's up again. What a spear. He almost cut Tanaka in half.
and on the German suplex, Tanaka got his head on the chair.
But Tanaka kicks out. Tanaka kicks out. We are watching history being made. The crowning of a new ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Mike Awesome or Masato Tanaka.
And we sit in amazement at the resiliency of Masato Tanaka. The abuse that he has taken is literally unbelievable.
Mike Awesome now scaling the turnbuckles, chair in hand. Tanaka's done. 300 pounds off the top turnbuckle with the steel chair, and Mike Awesome isn't finished yet.
Joey Styles, we thought respectfully that Masato Tanaka was done when he flew out of the ring on a powerbomb through the table under the concrete, so I don't think we can really say for sure at this point, can we?
Excellent, accurate observation. Thank you, Cyrus. Awesome just measuring Tanaka, plants the chair in the chest and the rib cage. Tanaka trying to get the shoulder out front, but the force of the blow from the 300-pounder still laid him out on the table. And again, climbing the turnbuckles is Mike Awesome. But Tanaka's up off the table. Tanaka scoring with right hands. Cinching up Awesome.
It's a heavy to left off the top turnbuckle.
And if Awesome doesn't want to go, he's not going to go.
Oh, boy.
Champion. And Taz is in the ring. Taz just snatched the World Heavyweight title belt from John Finnegan.
At this point, I'm out of here.
Joel Gertner wisely getting the hell out of the ring. I guess that's his version of a sprint back to the book. Joel got any phys ed teachers in his past. None of them will admit to it, I hope. The hell was that? Here it is. The matchup that you fans demanded. The matchup that, quite frankly, ECW didn't want to promote. Can you imagine if here tonight, in the Big Easy, New Orleans, Louisiana, we crown a new World Heavyweight Champion in the original Gangsta New Jack? We had better make sure we've got every attorney on retainer and we're not paying them by the hour. New Jack getting his first ECW World Heavyweight Championship shot. Awesome with the swing and a miss. Mike Awesome cannot play New Jack's game if he wants to leave New Orleans with the title here tonight. But he will be up the creek without that pass. Cannot get into a weapons match with New Jack. He's now being strangled. Awesome has got to power New Jack. He's got to manhandle New Jack. He's got to set him up for that awesome splash. Clubbing right hands by the chin, and New Jack just sinks his teeth into Mike Awesome. Right hand by the original Gangsta. New Jack just choking away on Mike Awesome. Awesome fighting back. This has degenerated quickly into a street fight. It's not the matchup that Judge Jeff Jones wants Awesome to have. He's playing right into New Jack's hand. New Jack zips the rod. Awesome hits the turnbuckle. New Jack now snatching the champion, pulling him outside of the ring. Headbutt rocks the World Heavyweight Champion. And I have been joined here in the broadcast position by Joel Gertner, who wisely got the hell out of Dodge before this World Heavyweight title matchup started.
And the overall mood for this extreme evening is fear. Can you imagine? Just think for 1 second if New Jack were to become this company's flag bearer, our World Heavyweight Champion. It's inconceivable. And so is the decision by Paul Heyman to grant New Jack an opportunity at our World Heavyweight title.
It would indeed be a public relations nightmare to say the very least. The matchup came about because the fans demanded it at ECWWrestling.com because New Jack had never received a World Heavyweight title shot. And there's a shot. Unfortunately for New Jack, he's the one who took it. The steel guardrail and the chair right to the face. And immediately, the momentum has now swung towards the corner of Mike Awesome.
New Jack took a grave risk because he knows that this is the only time, possibly, that he'll ever get a shot at the ECW World title.
I don't think Paulie's gonna make this mistake twice. The World Heavyweight Champion, all 292 pounds now, ascending the turnbuckle. Perhaps the awesome splash. New Jack getting up, though. New Jack's got more fight left in him. With that clothesline to the side of the head, they have taken it right out of him. Elbow down to the ribs. Awesome now. Hammering away with that paddle. Awesome is fighting New Jack's matchup and at present winning it.
Mike Awesome has to overpower New Jack and take him out now because momentum is still on New Jack's side, and who knows what weapon he'll use just to try to get that World Heavyweight title.
How about that staple gun? Oh my God! All those years that Mike Awesome competed in FMW, I don't think he ever got stapled.
If Mike Awesome had no idea what he was going to go up against in this match, I think something finally clicked.
The World Heavyweight Champion has two staples in his head. He is bleeding profusely. And New Jack now has the guitar. He's going to try to finish off Awesome. Awesome still standing. Mike Awesome is still standing.
But for how long? As long as that ring is full of weapons, New Jack will use any one or any combination of them just to see what it does take to put Mike Awesome down.
But he dropped the trash can. New Jack without a weapon, he's wide open. Mike Awesome took advantage, shoved that steel chair right to a diving New Jack's face. The trash can slipped out of the challenger's hand. He was looking to finish off Mike Awesome, who was on spaghetti legs, and it didn't work out that way. The table set at the ringside by Judge Jeff Jones. New Jack then through the table on the outside. And that may be the end of New Jack's hope of becoming ECW's nightmare and ECW's World Heavyweight Champion. New Jack barely moving, rolled back in by Awesome. Scoop and a slam. The Awesome World Champion going up top. Awesome splash. Bring on Masato Tanaka. You're watching ECW on TNN from Atlanta, Georgia. The undisputed World Heavyweight Champion Mike Awesome defending against Too Cold Scorpio.
Both of these men fought in All Japan Pro Wrestling earlier this year, and now Scorpio is the #1 international contender.
Scorpio's also had lots of success here in Extreme Championship Wrestling. As I said earlier, a former World Television Champion and World Tag Team Champion with the Sandman. He held both championships simultaneously. Shoulder block, down goes Scorpio. He's gonna think that one over. Jazz seconding Too Cold Scorpio tonight to neutralize Judge Jeff Jones, was on the outside for the World Heavyweight Champion.
Too Cold Scorpio giving up a little bit of size, but he has the speed advantage, and his hands are dangerous weapons.
Side headlock now by Scorpio. Goes behind Awesome. And his feet are as dangerous as his hands, as he just kicked the World Heavyweight Champion right in the sternum, taking away his air. Corkscrew, crossbody takes the World Heavyweight Champion down. And a moonsault press. Too Cold Scorpio takes to the air.
When you can get that high up in the air, it doesn't matter how much size you're giving up.
A right foot right in the face of Mike Awesome. Here is the forearm and a spinning heel kick, full head of steam. Scorpio caught. Belly to belly suplex, Scorpio thrown to the outside, and the World Heavyweight Champion going after him. Double axe handle with authority.
For a big man, Awesome got some height on that himself.
Awesome, the most agile big man in professional wrestling today, and perhaps ever. Reversal. The World Heavyweight Champion hits the steel guardrail, but launches Scorpio into the good seats. Keep your eye on the champ. A missile-like clothesline almost decapitates the challenger.
I don't think Awesome is going to give Scorpio any time to regroup.
Mike Awesome had that heavy wooden chair in his hand, and Scorpio, for his own safety, stuck in a right hand. We've got a fist fight on the outside. Chair to the midsection. Heavy chair down across the back of Scorpio. And one more for good measure. The World Heavyweight Champion will mix it up with you any way you want.
He proved that in his match against New Jack on TNN a few weeks ago. If it's a brawl you want, he'll give that to you as well.
So far, no one has found a winning formula. Mike Awesome, the World Heavyweight Champion, just drove the chair into Scorpio. Scorpio got the chair up, trying to use it as a weapon against the World Heavyweight Champion, who's just so big and had so much momentum coming off the turnbuckles. He didn't feel the chair. Scorpio took it. Irish whip in a shoulder block. Fells the wobbly Scorpio. Mike Awesome, the World Heavyweight Champion, really throwing his weight around now. Drives a boot in between the shoulder blades. Scorpio trying to fight back, but Awesome hammering down on him. Turns Scorpio inside out with a clothesline. It's like getting in the face with a 2x4. 6'6", 290 pounds. The champion is just so powerful, there's no way to defend yourself against him. I mean, he has used one challenger after another like a lawn dart. Scorpio with a pair of front kicks. Honey Scissors rolls up the champion and just barely gets a 2 count. He stunned the champion. That kick found the mark. Side kick right on the point of the jaw of the Awesome World Heavyweight Champion.
Awesome is rocked. I can't believe it. Mike Awesome is in trouble.
Cover. 2 count after Scorpio sailed 3/4 of the way across the ring. But Awesome still managed to kick out at 2. But as you pointed out, Joel, this is as much trouble as we have seen Mike Awesome in since winning the World Heavyweight title at Anarchy Rule. Scorpio now going up top after the belly-to-back suplex. Moonsault hooks the leg. And again, only a 2 count, says referee Jim Molyneux.
Too Cold Scorpio, fresh from a tour of Japan, was 1 second away from becoming the new ECW World Champion. And Mike Awesome was 1 second away from becoming a former champ.
But Awesome again, whenever he's in trouble, goes back to that awesome power he possesses. He just drove Scorpio. They tried to drive him through the mat. Awesome bought himself some time. Champion and challenger back to their feet. German suplex, no bridge, all impact. And now Mike Awesome instructing Judge Jeff Jones to give him a table. This does not bode well for the challenger, Too Cold Scorpio. Awesome setting up that table in the center of the ring. Scorpio still reeling from getting suplexed out of his boots. In comes Jazz. And while she can hold her own with pretty much any man in wrestling, that's not just any man. Scorpio with the high cross body. He's on top, he's on top. Awesome just kicked out with Jazz and Scorpio across his chest. And again, there's that side kick. Jazz may have saved Too Cold Scorpio. Scorpio may be well on his way to becoming the ECW World Heavyweight Champion thanks to Jazz. And now Awesome is laid out on the table, and Scorpio says he's going up top.
But he can't take his time. He needs to be quick.
He was not, and he paid. Mike Awesome up off the table. Double sledge. Scorpio gets crushed, and now the champ is going up as well. They're jockeying for position up on the turnbuckles. A table below them. A precarious position for both the challenger, Too Cold Scorpio, and the World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Awesome.
Whoever goes through that table has no chance of leaving here with the title.
That will be it. Awesome may be setting up Scorpio. Can he lock his hands? He does! Here it comes! Awesome bomb! Cover! Cyrus manipulated Paulie into sanctioning this World Heavyweight title matchup. He did, and it's on.
What a mistake by Mike Awesome, overzealous in even taking this match. 1 week too eager. He should have waited until White Blaze.
You know, Joe, statistically speaking, Masato Tanaka has had the number of the World Heavyweight Champion, Mike Awesome.
Nobody has more wins over Mike Awesome than Masato Tanaka.
We witnessed what was perhaps the greatest world title matchup in ECW history between these two at the November to Remember from Buffalo, New York. And you can bet Tanaka has not forgotten about the beating he took at the hands of that man, Mike Awesome. You are watching an impromptu World Heavyweight title matchup from the storied Municipal Auditorium in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Cyrus manipulated Paul Heyman into sanctioning this World Heavyweight title matchup after Awesome tossed little Spike Dudley into the lap of Masato Tanaka. And what we thought was perhaps a mistake on the part of Mike Awesome just a moment ago, maybe turning into the best showcase of his talents to date.
6'6", 290 some odd pounds. Mike is the most awesome World Heavyweight Champion in wrestling today. You want to make comparisons? The Big Show. Awesome is much more agile and far more well-rounded. And as for Bret Hart, just take a look at Awesome. He could beat Bret Hart with one arm tied behind his back. He's the most powerful man in our sport. And just look at the balance that he shows off the top rope.
Clothesline takes down Tanaka and a cover. Count only, says referee Jim Molyneux. The World Heavyweight Champion picks up Tanaka, shoots him into the rope. Hooking, clothesline almost decapitates Tanaka and an elbow right and check cover. Barely a two. Mike Awesome now standing over the challenger, Masato Tanaka, here to scout Awesome for their scheduled world title matchup next week right here on TNN. Awesome gets a two and almost breaks Tanaka in half with the sit-out Awesome bomb.
Awesome looking so strong, lest we forget, and Anarchy rules, Awesome defeated Tanaka and the former champion Taz, both in the same match. And we can talk all we want about his physical attributes, but as far as his mental and emotional game, his ferocity, he's just scratched the surface.
That was an impromptu matchup as well at Anarchy Rules. Awesome reigned supreme on that evening and became the new King of Extreme. Will he still be the King of Extreme here tonight in this impromptu matchup against his all-time nemesis, Masato Tanaka? Loving forearms on the ring apron. He's going to try to put Tanaka through the table. Will he get him up? Oh my God! If he didn't break Tanaka in half before, he may have done it now. You're watching the Friday Night Thrill Zone on TNN, an impromptu matchup for the World Heavyweight title. Masato Tanaka and Mike Awesome.
And considering what we've already seen, what the hell are they going to do to each other next?
Awesome up top. Awesome splash connects cover. Masato Tanaka kicked out of the Awesome splash. Masato Tanaka kicked out of the Awesome splash. And what is going for the head of the World Heavyweight Champion? He's looking to raise the level of extreme in this World Heavyweight title matchup. Now sliding a table into the ring as the locker room has emptied behind Paulie to watch this World Heavyweight title matchup. Tanaka still lying prone after the Awesome splash. He had the energy to kick out before a three, but barely enough energy to stand, and Awesome is going for the kill. Tanaka wriggles free, ducks. German suplex through the table. What strength by Masato Tanaka, sending the World Heavyweight Champion backwards head first through that table. Two steel chairs on top of one another. Tanaka looking for the Tornado DDT. Will he get it? Yes! Cover! Awesome kicks out at two. And now Tanaka has got to be frustrated. The World Heavyweight Champion under one chair. Tanaka with the other in hand, ascending the turnbuckle. Good night, cover. Awesome kicked out again.
Tanaka should not let the frustration get to him. This is the best he's looked in this match. He has the best looking opportunity to take the title that he's had since the beginning of the contest.
He just got nailed. Driven like a No, he's up. He's up. Unbelievable. Tanaka just won't go down. Oh my God! Mike Awesome just caved in the skull of Masato Tanaka. The pain etched on Tanaka's face. And now Mike Awesome, the World Heavyweight Champion, cinching up Tanaka again. Running Awesome bomb in a cover in the corner.
The world title is on the line. The stakes have never been higher, and the ante is about to be up.
Welcome back to ECW on TNN. Masato Tanaka battling Mike Awesome for the World Heavyweight title in an impromptu matchup. The table is set up. Awesome looking for the superplex. Tanaka fighting for his life. Oh my God! Unbelievable! Cover! The Awesome World Heavyweight Champion got his left shoulder up. Awesome can't take much more.
If Tanaka lands another major shot before Awesome's done.
And there it is, the roaring elbow! We've got a new champion! We've got a new champion! Masato Tanaka is the new ECW World Heavyweight Champion! Tanaka injured his elbow when Awesome put him through the table on the outside. He knew he could only use the roaring elbow once, and he waited until he wore down the World Heavyweight Champion. He knew precisely when to use the roaring elbow. He did, and it paid off. Tanaka is the new King of Extreme.
And he hit Mike Awesome with a dose of Awesome's own medicine. And Anarchy Rules, Awesome slipped in the back door to take the title. Tonight, Tanaka was not even supposed to be in this match. And he comes in and takes the title away from Awesome.
Mike Awesome now extends the hand to Masato Tanaka. Another chapter has been written in the history of one of the greatest feuds that we have ever seen, not only in ECW, but in FMW as well.
The thing about wrestling Spike Dudley is everybody knows his record. Everybody knows who he's beat. So as strange as it might seem, wrestling Spike Dudley is a psychological roller coaster.
Spike Dudley setting up a table at ringside. Mike Awesome has javelin Spike like a lawn dart through that table at ringside on more than one occasion. Spike actually thinks that he's going to throw Mike Awesome through one of those tables. What is he doing?
Well, you know, well, I guess he's setting the stage. I mean, a lot of people have questioned whether Spike has a chance against Mike Awesome. Certainly his past record would suggest that he does. The thing to remember about Spike is he's a bit of a misfit outside the ring, but he's like a savant for wrestling. There's nothing that kid cannot do in a wrestling ring.
Well, I think earlier tonight we saw the man behind that gimmick. He said he was not going to be an actor. He was not going to cut a wrestling promo. He has come here tonight to injure Mike Awesome if he should happen to become World Heavyweight Champion. I think that would just be the cherry on his psychedelic sundae.
Well, you know, I mean, the only way I can describe Spike Dudley is to just come out and say it. He's a tough little bastard.
Do you realize in 3.5 years with ECW, I mean, as far as I know, he's the only wrestler who has not missed one match, one night's work because of an injury. That little guy.
He's not supposed to cut promos.
Mike Awesome, you've been making a name for yourself by putting guys through tables and beating up women. I make my living by getting put through tables and beating up big goofy morons like you. Now get your down here.
You get the feeling we're about to witness a war.
Well, I get the feeling we might be about to witness something else. I really have to question the rationale here of making a comment like that. There's Judge Jeff Jones, who to me is one of the devious people here in ECW.
Judge Jeff Jones leads the mammoth ECW World Heavyweight Champion to the ring.
And after what Spike just called Awesome, this one make it ugly.
Well, Mike Awesome, you could argue, has not reacted well to being world champion. Coming over from Japan, where all he had to worry about was the wrestling. He's going to worry about a hell of a lot more here at ECW.
He's got Spike up. He's going to toss him through the table.
Well, that match was quick.
This matchup may be over before it started. Mike never even got the belt up. I didn't hear the bell ring.
Really, Mike Awesome cares after that highlight package we saw when he knocked that girl's teeth out about a bell ringing, Joey? You know, getting back to Jeff Jones, he's created an environment where he has made Mike Awesome dependent upon him to a certain extent. Mike Awesome never had to worry about internet, never had to worry about press conferences. And you know, Jeff Jones loves the wrestling business, but really he's the ultimate stooge. And he has made Mike Awesome paranoid, and in the process, made him much more dangerous.
All right, that's it. Stop the match. Stop the... John Finnegan is the senior official here at ECW. And he has the authority to stop this matchup. If it's already started, I don't even know.
You weren't screaming for Spike to stop the promo when he was mouthing off.
My God, look at Spike's back.
Another look at... So Spike set up these tables. He was looking to put Mike Awesome through all of them.
I mean, Awesome, to me, in the last few weeks, has just become an animal. It's all out to
Here he goes!
John Finnegan may want to think about stopping this matchup.
Would you shut up? The biggest Spike Dudley fans in the world do not want this matchup stopped. We want a logical stop? Do you?
No!
Then shut up! You know, I don't need to tell you that the offense has not been overly happy with Mike Awesome. We all saw him jack me up in the dressing room after I sanctioned that world title match.
Slingshot splash down across the back of little Spike Dudley, and a cover. It's over.
Spike kicks out. Little Spike Dudley still got some fun left in him.
Oh, he's a tremendous competitor, and I mean, contrary to what you may think about me not liking Spike Dudley, the office is very excited at the possibility of getting a promotional machine behind Spike Dudley as the World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh my God!
Clothesline in the face.
He may have knocked Spike's teeth out. And the Mammoth World Heavyweight Champion says, Awesome, that's it.
A clothesline from Mike Awesome just carries an entirely different meaning than a clothesline from anyone else in this business, Joey.
It's like getting hit in the mouth with a tree trunk.
I mean, Mike Awesome is just a physical aberration. What Rob Van Dam is to athletics, this guy is to pure power.
Oh, no. This is getting difficult to watch. Spike hammering down. Takes Mike Awesome over. I think Spike stunned Mike on that one. Rolling shoulder block. Both men hit the steel guardrail.
Get it back.
Going for the acid drop. He drops Mike Awesome face first on that steel guardrail.
Make him say! That's on the bitch's
Nothing fancy about that. Jared Cross, what is Spike doing?
God.
Spike is so light. He only weighs 155 pounds to really register anything. Against Mike Awesome, he's got to use all his body weight to almost leave his feet every time, which puts him in a vulnerable position.
Here's Spike screaming, oh my God.
May have smashed his knee on the guardrail, Joey.
Those tables didn't help his cause either.
Neither do those ratty knee pads. They look older than him. Oh, no.
Spike Dudley's knee is just not strong enough for him to go to the air anymore, and I don't know what offense that leaves him with.
I mean, I think that in and of itself was a great, you know, visual of the strength and size difference in this match. Caught the man like a small child, Joey Styles.
Spike is up though, he's still fighting. He's climbing the turnbuckle, he's going up. Hurricane Colorado takes the champ over. But there's another awesome clothesline.
How do you hurt the World Heavyweight Champion? 296 pounds, it's over.
Spike Dudley kicks out. And Mike Awesome cannot believe it, and neither can Judge Jim Jones.
Heavy right hand. Spike gets the boot up into the face of the World Heavyweight Champion. He gets it up there. Mike charged again. Awesome ran into a pair of boots. And Spike jumps down on the sternum of Awesome.
I have a newfound respect for Spike Dudley after witnessing this match.
How can you not? He just keeps coming.
He spared it.
He took the champ through the ropes. Spike's got the chair.
Spike needs to stay on him. Oh.
challenger.
Little Spike Dudley is down. Judge Jeff Jones directing traffic.
Just hurling a ragdoll like Spike Dudley over that guardrail. Good God.
Awesome looks to be cut open, Joey. Not badly, but cut nonetheless.
Looks like he's lacerated.
I think that's what I just said, smart guy. Throwing the big words around is my gimmick. What is this now?
What in the hell?
Oh, no.
Have you ever seen a 296-pound man with that type of agility and balance? But Awesome slipped. His feet went out from under him on the wet floor, the wet concrete here at Birmingham, and Awesome may have done more damage to himself than to the challenger, Little Spike Dudley.
There has never been a man of Awesome size in professional wrestling who could athletically do the sorts of things that he does and be willing to take those types of risks.
Most men at 6'6" and 300 pounds don't want to leave their feet.
Brother.
Mike Awesome flies through the air like a cruiserweight when he wants to, but certainly looks like he took the wind out of his own sails on that one.
Well, it just shows you how a little thing can turn the tide of a match. It hasn't here, but that wet floor had the potential. Had he smacked his head on that concrete, we could have had a new world champion right there.
You get the feeling that Mike Awesome's emotions got the better of him, and he was trying to make a statement here live on pay-per-view in the main event. The World Heavyweight title on the line. He had Spike pretty much beaten up, beaten badly, beaten down. There was no need for him to go to the air. He did, and he may have knocked himself silly.
Well, I mean, imagine
He's moving slowly.
Imagine you're Spike Dudley at 155 pounds, and you look up and see a 300-pound man hurling himself at you like a missile.
Imagine you weigh 255 and a man 300 pounds is coming at you through the air. There's not much you can do about it except pray.
Spike's a mess.
Shoulder first into the steel ring post.
Spike Dudley is pretty much lifeless.
I'm starting to get the impression that Mike Awesome will not be happy unless he kills Spike Dudley in this match. I mean, look at him. He's limp. He's lifeless.
Now Mike Awesome can pin little Spike Dudley at any time you get the pin. Spike hanging on. Spike is still fighting. He went low on Mike Awesome. Oh my God!
Acid drop through the table. Mike Awesome face first to the concrete.
For the first time in this match, I really believe Mike Awesome is in serious jeopardy of losing that world title. The problem is he's got to get him into ring, Joey.
And Spike is wrapping the television cables. He's wrapping the television cables around the throat of Mike Awesome. Kurt screaming in his face. Take a look at this counter. Acid drop through the table. Mike Awesome is stunned and getting clobbered by little Spike Dudley, who just will not give up. Awesome's down. Awesome's down. Awesome is down.
Again, the problem is you've got to get that 300-pound man in the ring.
And Spike Dudley does not have the physical strength. Even before getting beat up, Wade Awesome's getting up. So Spike is throwing him back in.
If I were Awesome, I'd have gone dead weight and stayed on the floor until I recovered a little bit more.
I don't think he's thinking very clearly. Spike's going for it all right now. The acid drop.
Oh, my Jesus.
Mike Awesome
Spike just barely hit the table. Basically, he free fell to the concrete. What he did was take the edge of the table in his spine. Judge Jeff Jones setting up that table. John Finnegan asking little Spike Dudley, do you want me to stop the match now? Do you want me to stop the match now? And Spike said no, no. Definitively, he just said no. Oh, God, no. Spike wriggled free. Here it comes. The acid drop. No. Mike threw it. Wow. Folded him in half. Spike went for that acid drop for the third time, and Mike Awesome had enough. Swatted him down like a fly. Spike's up off the table. Spike Dudley up off the table. The champ was going for the awesome splash, but Spike keeps fighting. But is he gonna pay for it?
That was the movement of the year right there, Joey Styles.
Tommy Dreamer ducks the clothesline, catches the boot, kick to the hamstring. Side Russian leg sweep by Tommy Dreamer, nicely done on the 6'6", 296-pound heavyweight champion of the world.
And look at Raven goading Tommy.
Belly to back suplex on Dreamer. Did you see his neck rip? Tommy Dreamer, who wrestles with two herniated discs in his back, just got folded up by the heavyweight champion of the world. In comes Tommy's nemesis, Raven. Raven wants no part of Dreamer head on. He's making Tommy chase him. It's a trap. Dreamer now ducked the clothesline and tagged Tanaka. Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome. Just saying, it gives me goosebumps.
They're not goosebumps, those are hives, Joey. You have an allergic reaction. I didn't even know they made rayon in that color.
The smacking of the flesh resounds off of every wall here in the ECW arena. Awesome charges, and Tanaka crumbles to the canvas. Splash, cover, 2 count only, says referee John Finnegan.
Speaking of smacking of the flesh, doesn't Francine look beautiful in Raven's corner tonight?
Clothesline by Awesome. She looks like a cheap painted trollop is what she looks like.
Yeah, baby. Does she make you horny, Joey?
Right hand by Awesome in the corner. Tanaka step to the right. Slides through the legs of Mike Awesome. Nicely done by Masato Tanaka, who knows Mike Awesome better than any other opponent in the business today. Missile drop kick to the ear of the heavyweight champion of the world by the former world heavyweight champion, Masato Tanaka.
And if you shouldn't insert cotton swabs into your ear, you definitely shouldn't insert Masato Tanaka's shoe in there.
Thank you, Sanford Coop.
You got it.
Tanaka looking for the tornado DDT. Nice counter by the heavyweight champion of the world. Tanaka hit, and he hit hard. Tag made into Raven, who takes his sweet time stalking Tanaka. Here's the champ, Judge Jeff Jones. Tanaka takes it right in the head. But he's up. Tanaka's up. And Raven has no idea. What a fist to the face. steel chair takes it right in the bed.
Dreamer and Tanaka working very well as a brand new tag team. As for Raven and Awesome, the only thing they've got in common is their hatred for their opponents.
Dreamer and Tanaka were brought together by their hatred for the Impact players and took the World Tag Team titles from them last week in Cincinnati. Dreamer standing on Raven's groin. Mike Awesome now underneath. Awesome bomb. Tommy Dreamer out of the corner. Dreamer has got to make the tag to Masato Tanaka. Raven crawling towards Dreamer. Lateral press. How much would Raven love to pin Tommy Dreamer? Not just because he and Austin would then become new World Tag Team champions, just so he can say he pinned Dreamer again. Raven now with the sleeper on Tommy Dreamer. Nice counter belly-to-back suplex by Dreamer, who now has to make the tag to Masato Tanaka. Dreamer has sustained too much punishment. He can't stay in there. And Mike Awesome prevents Dreamer from making the tag and then clubs his partner.
And Mike Awesome coming in with an elbow where right to Dreamer's vulnerable back.
Awesome climbs the turnbuckle like a cruiserweight, lands the back elbow, and gets it to Ole. Awesome looks frustrated, trying to figure out a way to put Tommy Dreamer down for 3. Chokeslam powerbomb, and they do it. Dreamer gets the shoulder up again. Awesome can't believe it and tags in Raven again. Raven's got the mic.
Come on, Mr. Hardcore. Come on, Mr. Hardcore. Come on. Why don't you cry for your little fans? Oh, my bad back. My bad back. Get up, bitch. Come on, go tag. Your little bad back. What do you got, shingles? Rickets? Get up.
Now he's just adding insult to injury.
Raven's so obsessed with getting inside the head of Tommy Dreamer that ridiculous showboating cost him. But Dreamer has no one to tag. Awesome just blocked Tanaka again. What a clothesline out of the corner by Awesome.
Raven can talk all the trash he wants.
Cover. Two only. Dreamer kicks out again.
As long as he's got Awesome in there doing his dirty work while he's on the outside. In fact, he's effective when he's in the ring as well.
Raven now checks back in. Drags Dreamer to the corner. Bulldog drives Dreamer face first into the canvas.
Raven has always had Tommy's number, but without Tommy being able to make a tag, the combination of Raven and Awesome certainly had Tommy on the rope.
You've got to respect Tommy Dreamer for avoiding that fatal 3 count now 3 or 4 times. He continues to kick out despite the fact that he has not been given an opportunity to tag Masato Tanaka. It has been fantastic, excellent tag team wrestling by the new team of Raven and Mike Awesome. Here comes the prop hold into the chair. Oh, Tommy's got it. Down across Raven's back. He missed Awesome. Awesome drives his forearm right into the chair in Dreamer's face and nails Tanaka again. They have a definite game plan. They have isolated Tommy Dreamer. They are working over his back. Mike Awesome and Raven want the ECW World Tag Team title belt. And if they win it, Mike Awesome will be the first man in history to be the ECW World Heavyweight Champion and one half of the World Tag Team Champions simultaneously. He will have one up Rob Van Dam.
And that's looking like a sure bet right now.
Tommy Dreamer just saved his own life. He has got to tag Tanaka, and he has got to tag Tanaka now. There's the tag. In comes Tanaka. The table now set up against the ropes. So far tonight, we have seen Rob Van Dam relinquish the World Television title. Spike Dudley was sent to the hospital by Rhino. The Impact Players defeated Jotto and Gato for the right to face the World Tag Team Champions. And now, the World Tag Team title belts hang in the balance here on TNN. With 2 days to go until the Living Dangerously pay-per-view this Sunday night. Hangman's neck breaker on Raven by Dreamer. Tanaka laid out on the table. And the heavyweight champion of the world ascending the turnbuckle. But Tanaka's up. He lays the right hand. Tanaka going all the way up. Cinching up Awesome and trying. But Awesome watches Tanaka on the top rope. Now Dreamer's going after the World Heavyweight Champion. He's looking for a Spicoli driver through the table. Raven with the point of the elbow right to the groin of Tommy Dreamer. Saves Spike Awesome. Oh my God, oh my God! That's a first even for the ECW arena. Dreamer's face may be crushed. His jawbone has to be cracked. Awesome split. We've got new champion. We have got new champion. But Dreamer kicks out. It doesn't seem possible. How did Dreamer kick out? Awesome born through the table. How much can one man take? Tanaka saves Dreamer and saves the World Tag Team title belt. Tanaka duck. Boring elbow on Raven. It's over. Awesome saves Raven.
It's all up to Tanaka now. Look at Dreamer. He's attached to the canvas.
Roaring elbow duck. What a clothesline by the champion. Awesome goes outside with Tanaka. Raven has to be loving this. He's all alone with Dreamer who can barely stand. There's Dreamer's DDT. Mike Awesome just barely stopped the 3 count. That was as close as it gets.
Or even closer.
The judge setting up another table in the corner. That does not bode well for Tommy Dreamer. No, no! Dreamer is not moving. Raven covered. We've got new World Tag Team Champions. They'll take the belt to Living Dangerously.
But he is in his element here in an ambulance match. The rules, the winner is the man who can throw his opponent into the back of the ambulance.
Well, I'll tell you what, I want to say something about Mike Awesome right now. Somewhere inside that silly 70s get-up is a world champion trying real hard to get out. Mike Awesome does things that no other wrestler his size can do. And now he's waving to the back. Here comes the ambulance, Tony.
That was the ambulance.
And here we go. The rules, you said it, Tony. All you gotta do, throw your opponent in the back of that ambulance. But when your opponent is Bam Bam Bigelow, the 350 beast from the East. That's a lot easier. Wait a minute. Awesome just stripped off that 70s gimmick. Maybe the world champion's gonna get out sooner than I expected. Maybe the career killer's back. He has his ambulance with him, but let's remember, as the career killer, Mike Awesome never ever won an ambulance match.
Yeah, maybe it's just hard to work in a 70s get-up. You think about that?
When I was alive in the 70s, I had no trouble getting women out of their 70s get-ups.
With a fistful of 50s, maybe. Oh, into the midsection.
70s.
Sorry about that.
I want to say something about Bam Bam Bigelow, too. Bam Bam's been used as a stepping stone his whole career. Oh, what a move by Awesome! Most notably by people like Lawrence Taylor. Matches like this at Starrcade are big for Bam Bam Bigelow. And not just the match itself, for Bam Bam, the result matters too, Tony.
That's a good point. Bam Bam Bigelow's had big matches. I would say Bam Bam Bigelow's had bigger matches, bigger events than Mike Awesome has. But Mike Awesome is in his element. Look on the horizon if you would. The ambulance is there. That's the last thing any athlete wants to see. An ambulance pull up, for them to be taken out of it. And that's the way to end this match here tonight here at Starrcade 2000.
Did you see the ring shake when Bigelow slammed Awesome back first into the corner post? What impact!
Immediately, Bigelow walks toward the ambulance. They got to go down, obviously, down the entryway into the right side there. But he's got the ring bell.
Now what?
Oh, no, he's got the ring bell.
Oh. Ring his bell, literally. Mike Awesome, it's all about revenge. He missed the pay-per-view payoff last month at Mayhem thanks to the Maniac Beast from the East.
Never got in the ring at Mayhem, if you'll recall. He was attacked in the back by Bigelow, but if you'll recall the story there, Ric Flair said, Bam Bam, you still got a match? And he brought out Sergeant AWOL of MIA. What did he just throw
What was
him
that?
in?
What, a cup of ice? What did he...
What it looked like.
Might put an eye out.
Oh! You must beat your opponent down to where he cannot fight back at all. Throw him in the ambulance, shut the door, and you win this thing.
Look at the challenge facing Mike Awesome. How are you going to get a 350-pounder into the back of an ambulance if he just don't want to go?
What a Starrcade it's been so far. We've had a ladder match. We've had the Carnage and Terry Funk winning the hardcore title yet again. Later on, Luger against Goldberg. Page and Nash against the Perfect Event. What a card it's been so far.
Locked and nicely did Awesome, and now fisticuffs, both men firing on each other. They're going towards the vehicle. Oh, the ambulance.
I stand corrected. Bigelow is closer to 400 pounds, which makes him only slightly smaller than the ambulance itself.
Let's not forget all that you were talking about, Mark. Still to come tonight. Two animals who've been locked in their separate cages will come peeling out. The two maniacs, Sid Vicious and Big Papa Pump for the WCW title. Awesome just said he's going in. He's inches away from winning this thing. And Bam Bam fighting back.
Whoa!
He's
Bigelow!
Put him in and shut the door.
See, Awesome made a mistake. He got Bigelow too close to the ambulance before Bigelow was ready to go in the ambulance. Bigelow almost basically reversed the hold and shoved Awesome in the ambulance first.
But Awesome wasn't ready to go in either, and we're still outside the ambulance, although he may have went through that time.
Another factor, you got to open both doors to get Bam Bam Bigelow in, so a different strategy really for both men.
Who provides these ambulances anyway? Do they know what we get up to once they get here? I somehow... Oh!
There goes the window!
I somehow doubt it.
That may have broken his hand. It definitely broke the window.
It may have cut his hand. It may have opened him up. He's holding his right arm.
It could have been worse. It could have been Awesome's face.
That time it was Bigelow's face in the other window pane.
And his face ain't that good looking in the first place.
What a Starrcade this has been, and we've still got Goldberg and Luger, Steiner and Vicious, and much more still to come.
An amazing effort on display. Look at the ambulance driver is still in the cab, just calmly watching this thing. What a seat he's got for this battle, huh? Now Bigelow walking away. Where's he going now?
I think this is a tactical mistake for Bigelow.
It may be. Put the man away from the target.
Exactly.
Away from the end zone, so to speak. And they're going back now towards the ring.
See, what are they trying to do? Prolong the agony? You can't win in the ring. Get to the ambulance.
Not at all. But you can wear your opponent down in the ring. That's what you can do. And maybe that's the strategy here. Bigelow started the march towards the ring area. Awesome followed suit, and now on a DDT, Bam Bam Bigelow is in charge here.
It's a double-edged sword. When you're at the ambulance, you're susceptible to being put in the back of the thing. But your opponent is equally susceptible. Get back in the ring, beat him down, knock him out, then put him in the ambulance.
But then you got to drag him to the ambulance.
Good point.
Why not let him walk under his own accord to get there, then knock him out and put him in?
Strategy's so important in this matchup. Hang on a sec.
It's easy for us to say sitting here, please. Take your battle. The ambulance is on the other side. Holy smokes.
Well, here's a thought. There's no rule that says somebody can't drive the ambulance closer.
Well, no.
No! Bigelow and Awesome.
on top of the announce table.
Oh, no ambulance here, guys. No ambulance here.
Oh, but they can soften each other up on this rock-solid announce table.
Oh, no! Head first.
Look at Bigelow's arm. He has been sliced wide open.
You're right. Shoulder first onto the... You see it, you're right. Good call, Scott. It happened when the arm went through the plate glass at the back of the ambulance moments ago. Oh.
What's the career killer? Oops, slip, but you know what? He
Call
might
it.
wind up being a career killer right here and right now because he has Bigelow on the ropes big time.
When you're called the career killer, you earn it. You can't lose it, even though you may dress up in a leisure suit.
He's actually got Bigelow on the floor, and he's got him staggered. Mike Awesome, can he get off the schneid, as it were, and win an ambulance match?
Hanging on to the big beast from the east. No defense at all. Bigelow has nothing to hold back.
Is Awesome
the
smiling?
advances of Awesome.
Is he actually smiling at this?
I believe it. You're right. I believe he is actually enjoying what's going on. Hilarious. The big beast from the east is rocking and rolling here. Look at Awesome. A head of steam from the bottom of the ramp all the way to the ring. And Bigelow saw it coming. What a mistake that was. There's still something left in the beast from the east.
Took too much time setting up that final lariat to drop the beast from the table, and now both men are down.
But I tell you, it takes moves, it takes high-risk maneuvers like that to beat a man like Bam Bam Bigelow. So it didn't pan out right now, but this match is far from over.
You cannot fault Mike Awesome for going to the heavy artillery. He's doing everything he can to win the ambulance match. It's going to take it against the beast.
All right, Bam Bam Bigelow, and Awesome, a handful of hair. He'll drag him towards the ambulance again. Scoop, watch this, on the hood, on the hood. Right now, there is no defense at all from Mike Awesome. He's at the mercy of the, what's he doing now?
What a high-impact Starrcade it's been so far, gentlemen.
There go the safety lights. What in the world?
Oh, safety lights, like there's any safety involved here.
How about the strength of Bigelow to peel those off? Those things are bolted down.
They were.
And he did it with one arm.
Awesome trying to climb up there and join it, but not like that. He's not.
They're so dangerous. I mean, they're sharp edges pulled off. There's plexiglass that's been pulled off there. That can cut, that can lacerate a man. My God, he's standing on top of the thing. If he falls off, he'll kill himself. No! Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
Wait a minute.
Did he fall off?
Did he go?
Did Bigelow fall off of that thing?
No, I think he fell through it.
He fell through the roof into the ambulance.
My God, Bigelow broke the roof of an ambulance.
Career killer wins. Career killer wins.
That is unbelievable. There's the shot from the other side. Gentlemen, you're right. He has fallen through the roof of the ambulance. He is in the ambulance, not through the door, through another means.
Hey, by any means necessary.
My God.
I hope there's an aerial replay because I would love to see this.
That is unbelievable.
He did it.
That is a first. Awesome is the term, and Awesome is the winner.
He won the ambulance match. Bigelow is going to get a big invoice from the ambulance guys. He destroyed the meat wagon, and Mike Awesome, the career killer, is back.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is scheduled for one fall. Weighing in at 270 pounds, from Tampa, Florida, Mike Awesome!
Want to talk about how much money Eric Bischoff spent trying to end ECW? Mike Awesome was the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. It was his first full-time wrestling contract in the United States. He was making good money, not a millionaire, 6 figures. I'll tell you more about it in a minute. I'm getting pissed.
I sense you don't like Mr. Awesome.
No, you know something? I'd risk being put in the hospital to take a swing at that piece of crap.
As you see up there in the balcony, the Raw superstars literally turning their back on the ECW product. No, Joey, don't you turn your back on Awesome, too.
And his opponent
toughest men I've ever seen in a Japanese ring. He's got the scars to prove it. He's been through hell, and he's got the scars to prove it.
Let me tell you about this Judas, Mike Awesome, and that's a perfect word. He's a Judas.
First, let's give him his due. He's a tremendous wrestler, a powerhouse.
Gives a rat's ass. All right, you know what? He took a $250 check up front and $250,000 check up front and $1 million contract to walk out of ECW and breach his contract as the champion. And the only reason he didn't throw down our belt on TV is because of a federal injunction. He's a piece of crap. He's a sellout. He's got no loyalty. He's a Judas. It's what he is. And I hope Masato Tanaka takes his damned head off with the danging bomb.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just seen our second shoot promo of the evening. Rob Van Dam followed up by a Joey Styles. He's an impressive big man. I'd like to take another look at that.
Yeah, sure, fine. Let's watch him crack his head. That's a damn shame he didn't. Tanaka already up on his feet. Mike Awesome backdropped into the first row. Maybe it's take a sellout home tonight here. Tanaka's got the steel chair. Nicely done, Mr. Tanaka.
Is it just me or does Awesome lack the Awesome Force once he lost the 1980s haircut?
In the mullet.
Yeah, the mullet.
The mullet. Awesome hits the steel guardrail. Manages to get the boot up. And there's a clothesline from Mike Awesome. Awesome and Tanaka traded the ECW World Heavyweight Championship in late 1999 into 2000.
They've had some classic matches. Let's give them their due.
Yeah, I remember one that happened in Nashville at the time while we were on TNN, the Redneck Network, the Deliverance Channel, call it what you will. Where hee-haw is considered, cultural programming.
Those are my people.
And these two also battled over the FMW Heavyweight Championship in Japan. And I apologize for losing my cool and being unprofessional. I'll call a match. Clothesline, down goes Tanaka. Mike Awesome now on the outside with Masato Tanaka.
This is known as the Awesome Bomb.
Oh my God!
The fans who had been cold to Mike Awesome suddenly warming up. Let's take another look at that one.
Oh, we have to see this again.
It's the Awesome Bomb. Oh! One more, Joey, one more.
One more time. I think he broke his freaking neck. Awesome splash! Cover! And Tanaka kicks out.
As a guy who's been put through the table, let me tell you, that's not the landing you want. Did not go through the center of the table. It remains to be seen whether Tanaka can kick out and return the match.
Awesome looking to finish off Masato Tanaka for the pile driver. Tanaka showing great power, lands on top of Awesome. Awesome rolls over though, refuses to let go of Tanaka. And that was just raw power on that Awesome bomb. I guess he spent some of Eric Bischoff's dirty friggin' tainted money on a gym membership. He's got tremendous power. And now Mike Awesome looking underneath the ring.
He's got a fan in Bradshaw, that's for sure.
Oh, great.
And he knows how to use a chair.
He missed that time.
And he has him down.
No, he does not. Oh. Yes, he does. Look at that chair.
Three times the charm, but Tanaka is up.
He's up. He gets the boots up. He hooks him. Oh. He just jawed the neck of Mike Awesome. Tanaka's getting the steel chair set up. Hooks him again. Tornado DDT. Cover 2 and... Give credit where it's due to Mike Awesome, showing great... Oh! Holy crap!
It sounds as if you actually have some sympathy for Awesome.
Well, he is a human being. That would require
That's
him
gotta be
breathing.
it.
How in the hell did he kick out?
It's what we call testicular fortitude, Joey. Like him or hate him, Mike Awesome has it in abundance.
Tanaka missed with the dangin' elbow. And he just got speared and good by Mike Awesome. Awesome now, steel chair in hand, ascending the turnbuckles. All referee Jim Molyneux can do is look on. Because it's all legal in ECW.
The human skull was not made for that kind of punishment.
Tanaka very slow to get up. Oh my God, another table. Mike Awesome going for yet another table. Mike Awesome now sliding a table into the ring. Trying to figure out a way to put Masato Tanaka down and down for good.
Table apparently not to Mike's liking. And the former 70s guy finally having his way with the furniture.
Isn't he also a fat chick thriller? Hope he saved that money. Mike Awesome took a lot of time getting that table in the ring, and that can only help Masato Tanaka. Been taking a hell of a beating, but every second counts trying to recuperate, as this does not bode well for the former ECW World Tag Team and World Heavyweight Champion Masato Tanaka, as Mike Awesome is looking for the superplex. DDT through the table, what a counter! 1, 2.
And Joey, is it me or do several of the WWE superstars seem to be grudgingly enjoying themselves?
Well, I think Bradshaw is cheering on Mike Awesome, because Mike Awesome lifted his leg and whizzed on ECW when he took the payoff. Bradshaw's gotta love that. Man sold his soul for money. Sold us all out. All of us and our families. And now Mike Awesome going up top with Masato Tanaka. Awesome bomb through the remnants of that table.
And that's gotta be it. That has got to be it.
Cover! Oh! Are you kidding me? How do they keep going?
My goodness, the guts.
Take a look at the standing ovation.
The pride. The intestinal fortitude, Joey, reminds me a little bit of myself.
The fans are on their feet, paying respect to both Tanaka and Awesome, standing on their feet, applauding, chanting ECW.
So we have officially gotten over the point that Mike Awesome sold out. We can both enjoy the match.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, good.
Yep. Mike Awesome wants a little more room to work with.
What can the Dudleys be thinking? You know they've got to have their eye on a monitor thinking, this is their deal. Tables are their deal.
The fans chanting, this match rules. He was looking for the Awesome bomb. Over the top rope, through the floor. Tanaka saved himself, or did he? Oh! Oh my friggin' God!
Mercifully, this match is over.